Hey, what the hell's going on, you guys? It's Stupid Play Negative AE. Welcome back to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry. Last we left off, we had just kind of, um, I guess we're going to the Child Consultation Center to file an appeal. So let's see what happens. How long are they going to make us wait? Those people seem to be free. Wait. Those people seem to be free. They should let us talk to them. Those are just general office workers. We have to talk to an actual social worker. I wonder if they are busy because they have many cases like this. I don't know. I wish they didn't have so many issues to deal with. This world is tragic. So many kids are being abused. After 30 minutes, they finally call my name. I wrote down my name at the registration because Mian can't let them know that she's from the Sonozaki family. I'm Mebara. My name was called? I see a lady in a uniform. She seems like any other general workers. Is she going to deal with us? Hello, Mebara-san. I see you're here with four other friends. How can I help you today? The only thing I wrote on the registration was that I want to talk to Hyojo Sotoko. Well, we're here to talk about the case of Hyojo Sotoko. Chie-sensei from the Hinamizawa school called and made a report yesterday. We would like to discuss the case. Are you her friends? Yes. We're her classmates. Will you give me an outline of this case? I heard that you guys put a hold on her case because you determined that there was no abuse. We came here today so we could explain her situation. I see. Please wait for a few moments. I guess that was it with her. A real social worker should be coming to talk with us. She was just asking us the basic information. She's now talking on the phone and explaining to someone what I just told her. What did she ask? She asked me why I was here. She told me to wait for a few more minutes. I hate waiting like this. You've been reading those posters and advertisements. Is it that interesting me? I see a lot of ads about abuse. I guess we came to the right place. Report the abuse before it escalates. Check out that slogan. There's a bunch of posters with slogans. I guess that's what the Child Consultation Center is for. Yeah, but why would they post it inside the building? Rika-chan is right. They should post it all over the city, not inside the building. Meibara-sama, thank you for waiting. Please go to room number 2. It's our turn now. Let's go. As we walk, we see the rooms numbered 1 through 3. I thought we were going to be talking at the counter like you do at the bank. But they have individual rooms. I guess it's for privacy reasons. Most of the people who come here don't want other people listening to their conversation. But I think the number of abuse incidents is increasing because people try to keep the issue quiet. People tend not discuss family issues. Room number 2. I found it. As I knock, I hear the voice of a lady telling me to come in. Hello. It is a very small room. I should say it's a narrow room. It's not wide, but it's very long. There's a counter in the middle of the room, and it separates the room in half. The lady is sitting on the other side of the counter. She tells us to take a seat, but there are only 2 chairs. I sit down because we registered under my name. Mian won't sit because she believes that the Sonozaki sisters shouldn't be in the front. Okay. Rena tries to offer the seat to Rika-chan, but she refuses, so Rena takes the seat. It's a tiny room, so it's better for someone to take a seat. The room is very small for the 5 of us. I'm sorry. We usually expect to see the patient, so we only have 2 chairs. I understand that. So how may I help you today? Did I do the talking? Well, we're students from Hinamizawa School, and we are Hyojo Sotoko's friends. The school reported the abuse to the Child Consultation Center, and I believe that a social worker went to her house last night. We heard that you put a hold on her case, so we are here today so we can explain to you how urgent the matter is. Mian nods. Guess I'm doing good so far. What are you trying to explain to us? Will you please tell me? Well, it's only been 2 days since her uncle took her away, but it's only a matter of time before she's going to get abused by him. In fact, he was abusing her last year, too. I think it can happen again very soon. Before that happens, we want you to get her out of there. But you decided to put a hold on her case. Are you going to neglect her? I can't believe that you left her there just because she's not getting physically abused. Who's going to be responsible when she really gets abused? Shion didn't like the way I spoke to her politely. She starts talking with anger. Mion told us not to get too excited. However, she lets Shion finish because she could get more furious if we tried to stop her. The lady seems to be used to people losing their temper, and she continues without reacting to Shion's anger. I would like to make it clear that we are still working on her case. The results are still pending. We are not neglecting her. They're still working on the case. They're not neglecting. They are working on her case right now. Rena opens her mouth the next moment. But you left her there without doing anything last night. No one can fool Rena. Pending is the same thing as neglecting. The fact is, they left her in that house without taking any action. The social worker went to her house and met with her guardian. We cannot talk about the case any further for privacy reasons. However, we did not neglect her. We are looking after her and her father so they can have a healthy life together. It's not her father. It's her uncle. Are you sure you really did an investigation? Excuse me. Their uncle and niece. Anyway, we're going to guide them so they can live together without causing any harm to the child. Shion corrected her mistake right away. She didn't have to act so mean, but I realized that they're obviously not seeing the urgency of the matter. Satoko was having a happy life. She didn't need any support from her uncle. He left her 1 year ago, and then he suddenly came back to kidnap her. Isn't this supposed to be a crime? It's not a kidnapping. It's written in the law that a child must live where the guardian appoints them to live. According to the Article 821 of the Constitution, the legal guardian of a child is. He neglected Satoko for 1 year. How can he be still be considered her guardian? Shion. That's what the court decided when her parents died of the second curse of Oishiro-sama. Are you serious? That guy is her legal guardian? Yes. I don't know which article it is, but the minor child is supposed to obey the guardian. In other words, every child has a guardian. They have to have one. That's Article 818. When Satoko's parents died, her uncle and aunt automatically became her guardians? Yes, the closest family gets custody. They were the only family that she had. And Satoshi refused them. They could have had a different. If Satoko and Satoshi refused them, they could have had a different guardian, though. But they were the children of the Hyojo family, the enemy in the dam conflict. No one was going to take care of them. They were different from Rika-chama. Lots of people wanted to be her guardian, but Father Kimiyoshi got custody of her. I knew that the Hyojo family was for the dam project, and the whole village hated her family for that reason. But I thought everything was over after they canceled the project and Satoko's parents died. Was I aware of the difference? The difference of how villagers treat Satoko and Rika-chan? The villagers don't abuse Satoko like her uncle. But maybe there were small thorns left in the village, and they were stinging Satoko sometimes. I can't say this out loud, but Satoko's family had more money than her uncle. What? As guardians, they had a right to manage their inheritance. That's why they moved to Satoko's house right away after they got their custody. You know where they used to live? It was a small old house. It's horrible. But he neglected her for a year, right? Can he still claim custody of her? Can he? Well, there's a chapter in the Constitution that describes how a guardian can lose custody of the child. The lady opens a thick book on the counter and shows us that page. I don't completely understand what it says there, but it seems that a parent can lose custody when they are being irresponsible. So the law can take away the right to be someone's guardian. Wait a minute. It says something about court? Let me see. If the family court can take away one's custody. The family court can take away one's custody if demanded by the family of the child or the public prosecutor. What the heck is this? We have to wait for the decision of a family court to take away his parental rights from him? No way. Well, if something urgent happens, we can temporarily protect her under our custody. We also need approval from the family court in that case also. Doesn't Hyojo Tepe fit Article 834? It is a fact that he neglected her for over a year. What's your opinion about that? I can't answer you for privacy reasons, but we are taking that into consideration. But you ended up putting the case on hold anyway. Like I've mentioned, we are currently working on this case. The safety of the child is our number one priority, and we will make sure that she will have a healthy lifestyle and a safe environment. I think we're not on the same page at all. They're just not understanding the urgency. I never met that guy named Tepe. I only know about the situation based on what my friends told me about last year, and what Chie-sensei told us. But I still understand it very well. I understand that something really bad is going to happen if we don't take action right now. She was being abused by her uncle and aunt last year, too. Are you sure that the same uncle can take care of her? You still have the records from last year, don't you? I can't discuss her past record with you for privacy reasons, but we are taking everything under consideration. She didn't come to school yesterday, and she didn't come today either. He called the school and told them that she has a cold. But don't you think it's a bit odd that she hasn't come to school since he showed up? That's true, but then she really might be sick. I think we should keep our eyes on her and see what happens. We just know that Satoko doesn't want to be with her uncle. Her uncle is forcing her to stay with him. Our social worker spoke with the child and made the decision. So is it the record from the past? Are you not taking this case seriously because she made a false report in the past? I cannot talk about that for privacy reasons. We're taking everything under consideration. Satoko is telling you that she's not being abused because she feels guilty toward her brother Satoshi. She may have told you that she's not being abused, but I don't believe that statement. Do you understand that people can lose the energy to speak when they are totally depressed? Please, just get her out of that place. I'm not going to forgive you people if something happens to her. You will get hurt if you don't do something about this while I'm still asking politely. Stop it, Mian. You're making us look bad. What? Isn't it Shion? Did she slip up there? Or did I misunderstand who was speaking to who? I don't know her uncle responded to the social worker, but he's a violent guy. Or how her uncle is, he's a violent guy. Please don't be fooled by him. I just want to make that clear to you. Please ask the social worker to find a way to help her right away. Please. Some of us were getting emotional, but Mian calmed them down. And Rena summed it up nicely. I stopped speaking to see what she was going to say next. Okay, I will talk to the social worker. I understand the outline of it. I will tell them that Satoko's friends, 3, 4, 5 of her friends, came here to make an appeal to us. We will continue to work closely on this case, so please let us know when you have further information. Thank you for supporting the Child Consultation Center. Thank you very much for sharing your precious time with us today. Interesting. There's a lot of corporate shit that I say sometimes in my job currently. It's just like, well, for security purposes, we want to not talk about that, you know? Um, we are still at Okinomiya. We are staring at the red sky and the quiet park. I feel like they didn't really listen to our story. But they also didn't try to kick us out. She's just a person who listens to the story, not the actual social worker that deals with Satoko-chan. That's why she sounds so distant. What did you think about the whole thing, Mion? Well, I felt like we were wrestling with a tree. We didn't get pushed or pulled. It was the same as talking to a wall. That's not true. She said they will forward our information to the social worker. She doesn't know Satoko-chan in person, so that's why she sounded so cold. So, you think we accomplished something today, Rena? I don't think it was a waste of time. But I don't think our passion will be understood by the actual person who was working on the case. She'll just forward them that Hyojo Satoko's 5 friends came and requested to take her under their custody. What about the social worker? Can't we talk to that person directly? I don't know. I heard it's a very tough job. I think it's difficult for us to meet with him or her in person. Someone even threatened to hurt them if they didn't do anything while she was still asking them politely. According to Mion, there are a lot of issues in the Child Consultation Center. It's not a rare thing for them to get an aggressive visitor like Shion. It's so difficult to tell them how passionate we are. They might treat us coldly if they took our passion as anger. I thought you were used to talking with the officials, Mion. Can't you have a talk with them instead of me? It's not that she's good at talking. They just listen to her because she is the Sonozaki Mion. You saw how they treated us today. She told If she told them that she was Sonozaki Mion, they would have taken us to a bigger room. Right? Mion smiles and doesn't comment. Mion's greatest weapon is her family name. Without that weapon, she's just an ordinary girl like us. I shouldn't talk about this, but if the Sonozaki family forgave Satoko's family, it would be really easy for them to save her. So the Sonozaki family still hates the Hyojo family. No one has publicly stated that we hate them, but it's pretty deep. That evil grandma of ours is the one who hates the Hyojo family. Her opinion hasn't changed since we were in the middle of that damn conflict. It's been so many years, but she still can't let go of the past. Stop it, Shi-chan. Satoko-chan is Satoko-chan. She's our precious friend. It doesn't matter what her last name is. Shion stays quiet, but there's a silence for a while. Rena is right. Just like it doesn't matter what Satoko's last name is, it doesn't matter what Mion's last name is either. The important thing is that our friend is being abused right now. We have to do everything we can to save her from that situation. We looked up at the sky as we listened to the sound of cars. We feel hopeless. We have no idea what to do. Is what we did today going to help Satoko at all? It would have been better if they just kicked us out. That way we could have been angry with them. But after being treated politely like that, we have no choice but to back off and see what they're going to do. We were forced to just wait and see what happens. Everyone is trying to figure out what our next option is. I can't expect Chie-sensei to tell us that everything was taken care of at the Board of Education. That would be too good to be true. What shall we do next? I mutter to myself, hoping that someone will respond with a good idea, but the silence reminds me that everyone is stuck. Keiichi. Rika-chan, I'm sorry. I was acting so bossy, but I have no idea what to do now. I don't believe it. What? As I look at her, I realize the expression on her face is stronger than ever. You told Shion yesterday. You didn't have a good idea at that moment, but you said you would figure out something. You told her to trust you. So I trusted you. I'm not going to believe it. I'm not going to believe that you would even mention that you have no idea, because I'm not going to believe that. I see tears in her eyes. Rika-chan believes that I can do something about the situation. You said it. You said that destiny is as fragile as a thin piece of paper. I'm going to believe your words. I still believe you. Because you can easily defeat fate. So, please help. Help us from this fate. Help Satoko. Help her. Tear rolls down her eye. My heart is feeling the same way. Damn it, damn it, damn it. An innocent girl is becoming the prisoner of a tragic fate. She's searching for help. I told them that they could trust me. That means they can count on me. They can bet on me. Betting is not an easy thing. If I lose, they will lose their coins too. What does it mean to trust someone? It's about making a bet on someone. It's about betting a coin. It's about betting hope. Trusting someone is tantamount to placing your hope on something. I told Shion yesterday. I told her to trust me. I didn't say it just because. I knew that those words meant something very serious. But now, after betraying Rika-chan and seeing her tears, I finally realized just how serious it is. I look at Shion. She is in a rage. Mion tries to calm her down, but she doesn't have any idea either. How about Rena? She's very reliable in a situation like this. I expect to see her strength. However, Rena is also depressed. We don't even know if what we did today was a meaningful thing. Rena looks down with a devastated look on her face and she can't come up with another option. Damn it. I have to do something for them. Rena's blue fire will melt iron. Mion can be strong when the wind is in our favor. Shion is the same way. They will move forward strongly when the wind is backing them up, but they will get weak when the wind is blowing against them. Despite the whole situation, Rika-chan still believes in us. She believes that we can do something if we all come together. That's right. We all agreed. We said to each other that we could help make a miracle happen if we all work together. What am I? If Ren is the blue fire, I'm the red fire. I burn brightly and give energy to everyone. That's right. I'm Mibara Keiichi. I'm the magician of words. I have to motivate everyone. The magician of words? What the fuck? The blue fire is not going to be lit unless the red fire is on. While the fire is lit, there will be wind. Mion and Shion will become stronger too. Thank you. You made me realize something, Rika-chan. Now I'm starting to burn up like a fire. Keiichi, I can't give up now. We are members of the Fearless Club. Nothing can stop us when we get together. I can't be depressed over a small thing like this. Rika-chan just woke me up. I realized just how serious it is to have people trust me. Rika-chan knew our characteristics, and she figured out whom she should motivate first. I'm really starting to burn up. Hey, Mion! Stop being depressed. If only it were that easy. Stop it. Get some help. We need to be in a rage. Wait, what did that say exactly? Yeah, we need to be in a rage. That's what that said. Everyone looks at me as they hear my energetic voice. They're not only surprised by my loud voice, but it's as if they were waiting for me to talk. I realize it more and more clearly. This is the role of Mibara Keiichi in this club. I think we didn't do anything at the Child Consultation Center. Just like Rena was saying, they would just forward a small note saying that the five of us made a visitation. The way they handled us really pissed me off. Now we are in a rage of fire. What you're saying is right. We were trying to tell them how much danger Satoko is in. We have to fight now. We have no time to be depressed in this park. But, Keiichi-kun, what are we supposed to do next? Don't tell me you think we have no more options left. If this was the club activity, you guys would be losing now. This is interesting. I was feeling depressed too, but now I'm feeling something passionate in my heart. I feel like I'm cheering myself up. Why was I being so sad? If I want to save Satoko, I have no time to rest. This is like the final round of a boxing match. If I stand here and do nothing, I'll lose on a decision. I need to be more aggressive. Am I supposed to give up just because I can't knock out the opponent with one punch? No. If I can't take him out with one punch, I'll have to throw 2 or 3 punches. I have to try it until I finally knock him out. You're saying we're gonna go there tomorrow? Close, but not exactly. I have no idea what's on your mind. But it sounds interesting, or very interesting. It's not like us to keep our heads down. We have to overcome this challenge. Yes, Miyana's getting her energy back. That's right, I agree with Keiichi-kun. I'm ashamed that I was so depressed. Let's fight. But what exactly are you trying to do? Remember, everyone, that lady really pissed us off today, but she also told us what our next option is. She never thought she was giving us a hint. She made a huge mistake. On top of that, the next option is something I'm really good at. So he's gonna persuade the uncle to give up Satoko? Is that where we're going? Oh, we got 2 tips. I wonder how long those tips are. Let's read the tips and see what goes on. We might be able to get into the next chapter a little bit. I don't know. We're at 26, so who knows how long these are. Receptionist note. Gonna talk or see what the receptionist has to say about Hyojo Satoko-san. Mibara, Keiichi, and 4 other friends. They were requesting to protect Hyojo Satoko-san from being abused by her uncle. The case is pending. I'm cleaning up the refrigerator, so please take out your personal belongings this evening. Is that the whole note? That's fucking hilarious. That was terrible. That was a terrible note. Teppei suspects that Satoko is hiding more money somewhere. But in reality, Satoko has no money. He asked her now, and she survived until now, but she tells him that she didn't have to use any money because she was living with her friend. Teppei made some money out of illegal gambling, but he has some money saved up for now. But he has no intention of using it for living expenses. He's convinced that Satoko must be hiding the money somewhere. Teppei suspects her. Teppei's wife, Satoko's aunt, must have taken away the bank book when Satoko's parents died in the accident. But her aunt also died last year, and Satoshi is gone too. That means Satoko should have kept the bank book somewhere. However, no matter how much he threatens her, she tells him that she doesn't know anything about the bank book. He continues to question Satoko, believing that she is hiding it somewhere. He can't beat her up because her teacher in the child consultation center will suspect him. So he won't beat her up. Instead, he talks to her violently and breaks the furniture before her eyes. He's good at threatening people like this. However, Satoko continues to tell him that she has no clue about it. It seems like she's not lying. He destroys the whole living room, and she's frightened like a small, scared animal. Or a scared small animal? He finally believes that Satoko doesn't know about this bank book. Then where can it be? Teppei has 2 ideas. One idea is that his wife hid it somewhere secretly. The other idea is that Satoshi took it after his wife's death and hid it somewhere else. Either way, he believes it should be hidden somewhere in this house. He tells Satoko to clean up the mess he made in the living room and starts searching around the house. Teppei is starting to get bored with Satoko. He heard that Satoko's parents have a huge savings, but his wife dominated all of that money by herself. Since his wife was not a big spender, he's sure that he left it somewhere without using it. Once he gets this money, he can move somewhere completely new. He still knows a few people from the gambling spot in Gogura. People he used to take care of are still hanging out there. They still owe him. They should at least let him crash there. It's nice that Satoko takes care of all the chores around here, but he feels uncomfortable being watched by the school and the child consultation center. He knows that he's all about violence. He can't stand living with her without being violent towards her. The more he suffers, the stronger his urge to beat up Satoko. Teppei enjoys controlling people with violence. He's curious to see when Satoko will finally resist his violence. He's pissed off about the visitation from the school teacher. He promises himself to take control of Satoko and destroy her life before she... What? Before he leaves this village? His goal is to destroy Satoko's life? The fuck? I guess, man. I have fucking no idea. That's awful. But, well, you know? We'll see. Yeah, we can go into the next chapter a little bit. It'll be like 10 minutes or so in the next chapter, and then we'll end it. Assuming it doesn't get into something crazy. Also, this is like earlier than Higurashi happens. Doesn't everything go wrong at Higurashi? Or not the Higurashi. That's freaking I'm stupid. Watanagashi. I'm getting my Japanese words mixed up. Everything goes wrong at Watanagashi. So like, why is everything happening a week earlier? If anything, we're gonna do all this nonsense, and then when Watanagashi happens, everybody's gonna die, and that's what everything starts, right? That's usually what happens. Watanagashi happens, and then the murders happen, and then that gets people thinking about like random shit. So like, why are we even caring about this? My classmates took me with surprise. I stand in front of my class and bang the blackboard. I need to get their attention. You can listen to me while you eat. I want to talk about our classmate, Hyojo Satoko. Everyone gets quiet as soon as I bring up her name. Everyone here knows the situation Satoko is in right now. They all remember what happened to her last year, and they understand that she's in a critical situation right now. Everyone is thinking they want to save Satoko if they can. But they haven't done anything because they don't know what they can do. I think there's no need for me to explain what is going on with her right now. As you all know, Satoko's been absent for 3 days in a row. It's been 3 days since she got kidnapped by her uncle. He called the school and told them that she still has a cold, but I don't believe that. She still hasn't even visited the clinic in the past 3 days. Calm down and think about this. Why would he not take her to the clinic for 3 days if she's really sick? It's hard to believe that she's been sick for 3 days. She might have the flu, but if that's the case, she should be seeing the doctor. The whole class thinks it's a bit strange. Everyone was thinking the same thing inside their hearts. However, no one really came forward and talked about it until now. This is a good start. Just think about it. Satoko is the most energetic girl in this village. She won't even get sick after eating rotten food. But now she somehow got sick all of a sudden and missed school for 3 days? That's hard to believe, isn't it? The answer is easy. Her uncle is forcing her to stay at home. We've reported this case to the Child Consultation Center. However, they are putting this issue on hold. We went there, but all they told us is that they can't talk about it due to privacy reasons. What do you guys think about the situation? I think it's wrong. We all know her aunt and uncle, or how her aunt and uncle were treating her last year. Besides, Satoko-chan was living happily with Rika-chan. It's wrong for him to force her to move out of there and keep her away from us. Rena, who is normally quiet, talks emotionally in front of the class. That alone shows how severe the emergency we're in right now is. Rena is showing them the urgency of this matter. Are we going to leave her behind and not do anything about this? Satoko is our friend. She's our classmate. We spent time together in this small classroom and we're like family to each other. We learned together, we played together, we ate together, and we fought each other at times. We spent so much time together that our relationship is as tight as if we were a family. Should we neglect our precious family member? Raise your hand if you want to neglect her. I'm sure none of you want to do that, or wants to do that. No way. We must help Satoko. They all start making noise. The class is filled with commotion. That's exactly what I was looking for. The louder I talk, the louder the classmates get. They're starting to heat up. They're getting more and more emotional. What are you guys gonna do still, though? Our club is already making its move. We are trying to figure out how we can save her. Did you know that, Tomita-kun? No. I didn't know. Let me tell you what our plan is. We're not trying to do something illegal. We're trying to fight without breaking the rules. Going by the law is the best thing to do. We're not going to make a shortcut and attack him or anything. We're just trying to obey the law. Right, I agree with you. Sometimes doing the simplest thing can have a great effect. We're doing the right thing by saving Satoko. There's no need for us to do something bad. We need to fight openly. Who are we going to fight against? Good question, Okumura-kun. Okay, this is a fight. However, we're not going to be violent with anyone. We're following the law. This is the correct way of fighting. But before we go any further, let me get back to how we are going to save Satoko. This is our current situation. Satoko is there. Her uncle is locking her up inside the house. Apparently, she had no obvious injury as of yesterday, but we don't know for sure if she's getting abused by her uncle or abused by now. Besides, it is child abuse to prohibit her from going to school. Check this out. This is a brochure that Mion brought from the Child Consultation Center. It is clearly written in here. Keeping a child away from school is abuse. On top of that, her uncle left Satoko alone for a year. That's considered neglect. That also counts as abuse. However, the Child Consultation Center didn't even take that into consideration. They ignored the fact that he neglected her for 1 year, and they believed that she didn't come to school because she's sick. They concluded that Satoko was not being abused, but that she had no obvious injury, because she had no obvious injury at that point. What do you think? Mibara-san, this is an obvious child abuse case. Just because she didn't have any wounds doesn't prove she's not getting abused. I agree with him. However, how come they can't see this as abuse? According to Mion, 2 to 3 days is not enough time to determine whether she's getting abused or not. They can make the conclusion after a few years or several months. They have to be very careful about their decision making. What do you think about that? Do you think that keeping Satoko in the house for several months is a good idea? No way, no way. That's right. What are we going to do, though? I still haven't seen the idea of what's going to happen. That's right, the Child Consultation Center has no idea how much danger Satoko is facing right now. They don't know how terrible it was for her last year. That's why they're just putting a hold on her case. What would you do, Tomita-kun? I think the issue here is that the Child Consultation Center is not understanding the urgency of her situation. I think someone needs to go there and explain to them how serious this situation is. Right, it might be a normal routine for them to see what happens. But in Satoko's case, that's not applicable. Her uncle was abusing her last year too. He was taking out her stress on her. After the death of her aunt, Satoko-chan left all alone and disappeared somewhere for a whole year. You know what? We even have information that he disappeared because he tried to move in with his lover in Okinomiya. What was Satoko doing while he left her? She was fortunate because Rika-chan offered her a place to stay. But what if Rika-chan wasn't there for her? She'd have no choice but to survive on her own. That's right. We also know that he came back to Hinamizawa because his lover vanished somewhere. In other words, she dumped him. He had no choice but to come back to Hinamizawa, and he forced Satoko to live with him again. Her neighbors have been seeing her doing the laundry too. The reason he took Satoko with him is clear. He took her so that she could work as his slave. That's so wrong. He left her for his lover and came back because he was dumped? Can anybody in this class respect him as her guardian? No, no way. Right, he's not her guardian. What the fuck are we gonna do, though? Like, what's the plan? But the Child Consultation Center still considers him her guardian. They say that they have no to go through. We're just explaining what's happening. But we're not coming up with any ideas about what to do. Who has the right to decide whether he's good enough to be Satoko's guardian? It shouldn't be the court. We should decide it based on common sense. I can say this clearly. He's not Satoko's guardian. We need to make that clear to the Child Consultation Center. The Child Consultation Center is the only bureaucracy that can help Satoko before she is physically abused. The police will not move unless it develops into a criminal case. But do you think that we're going to wait until Satoko becomes a victim? We can't leave her alone. That's why we're going to make our move. We attacked the Okinomiya Child Consultation Center yesterday. This is what they wrote on the note. 5 classmates of Hyojo Satoko made a visitation request, or to request her protection. You know what that means? 5 classmates are not enough. Okay. That was kind of what I was maybe thinking. But like, is that gonna work? 5 classmates are not enough. We need your help. We need all of you. This is your chance to do something very meaningful in your life. If you don't help us, you're not our friends, okay? All you have to do is support me. I will do all the talking, and the club members are going to do all the fighting. We just want you guys to support with us. If that's not enough, feel free to join the fight. Let them know the spirit of the Hinamizawa school. Meibara-kun, what is going on? Chie-sensei looks into the classroom, attracted by the commotion in the room. As soon as she tries to step inside the class, someone behind her stops her. Principal, Chie-sensei. I would like to have some tea. Would you make me a cup of tea, please? He tries to stop her from interrupting Keiichi and his classmates. Are you sure? There are lots of young children in that class. If they all go to the child consultation center, how can we explain it to their parents? Chie. Chie, stop it. Rude, what's on? What's going on here? Everyone is getting together for Satoko. I'm weak, so I need everyone's help. But I can at least try and stop you from stopping them. She has never seen Rika staring at her like this. She's surprised to see Rika's determined face. Why would you want to stop them? Principal, this is great. They should do what they can do. I will take whole responsibility for them. He pounds his own chest. Chie-sensei can't object anymore now. I understand. Please make sure no one gets hurt. You guys must follow the rules and mind your manners. You have to promise that. Thank you very much. I'm proud of you, Chie-sensei. My students are teaching me many lessons. Yes, I've made my decision. My students are like my own children. I have to support them as their mother. Alright, head for Okinomiya Library as soon as you get back home today and meet us there. The Child Consultation Center is on the first floor. Yeah. Wait. Chie-sensei. Sensei, are you going to stop us? Certainly not. I understand your passion now. I'm going to support you as long as you follow the rules. Yes? I'm coming with you to make sure you behave well. Is that okay? Yes! Hooray! Everyone is getting excited. Is this gonna work though? I feel like it's gonna be the same thing. Instead of 5 students, they're gonna say Satoko's class came in today. And it's gonna be just as effective. We head to the library as soon as we get home from school, unless we're saying that it's going to be more effective. I expect a few kids wouldn't show up, but surprisingly, everyone came to the library. I can tell how passionate they are. I also feel encouraged because Chie-sensei is with us. I have to admit I was feeling a little bit of guilt for going to the Kaya Consultation Center like this, but as long as Chie-sensei is here with us, I no longer feel that guilt. Meibara-san, please come to the counter. Hello, I'm Meibara. How can we help you today? As I wrote on the registration form, we came to tell you about the danger Hyojo Satoko is in. How many of you are here today? What are your relations? We are Satoko's classmates and her teacher. There are 27 of us. Well, our consultation room is not very big. Can we ask just a few people to come inside as representatives? Can't we use a bigger room, like a meeting room? I think you should adjust to us rather than making us adjust to the room. Please give us a moment. She seems troubled. She tells us to go back to the waiting room and starts to make a phone call to someone. Good job, Rena-san. That was a very nice way to threaten them. Oh, are you trying to compliment me? Rena is good at reading other people's minds. Sometimes she can use that talent against the enemy to intimidate them. Good at reading people's minds? Like, fucking word for word good at reading people's minds. Like, what? She's straight up read my mind for like a good portion of this game. I'm just saying. Like, I'm very surprised that she was not the demon and that she didn't have mind reading powers, because legit she read my mind like several times in different characters' bodies. And then the fact that Rena was like crazy and talking to Shion that one time when, I don't know, I don't get half of the story. I don't get half of this. So some of it I get, but some of it I don't get. There's a lot that I'm curious about. And I'm once it ends, I'll kind of voice any concerns that I have left. Hopefully I don't have any, and hopefully it answers everything. But I know they'll probably, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, actually, before we get into this meeting here, because I know that it might get a little bit weird. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm going to start uploading this regularly, if not every other day, then every 2 days. Because we do have some games that we're playing, like Vagante and Catacomb Kids, that we also need to upload sometimes, as well as Phoenix Wright. So we'll see. Scheduling, weird. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next episode, whenever that may be. Peace out, you guys.